I'm going to show you how to make a belly dance hip scarf just like this one without sewing. Then I'm going to show you how to wear it in 3 different ways with 3 different skirt styles. Stay with me because we're starting right now. Marhaba, I'm belly dancer Jensuya, helping you to achieve your belly dance dreams with the technique and culture of belly dance, which includes how to make a hip scarf. You should have at least one of these in your belly dance costuming because they are insanely easy to make and they are super versatile. Let's get started with the first style. This is the hip scarf, which looks like just a piece of fabric because that's exactly what it is. That's the beauty of this hip scarf design. So the first step is to go to the fabric store, and if you haven't been, it's super fun. Go to the glitz, the part of the store with the glitzy fabrics, and the great time to do it is right after a holiday like Halloween or prom time or the Christmas, Hanukkah season, because they have all these great fabrics and they put them on sale super cheap. I probably got this for like $5. So what you're going to see is bolts of fabric. Those are big pieces of cardboard where the fabric's wrapped around, and you'll see it like this. It'll be folded in half with just like that with an edge. This is called the selvage, and it'll be on these big bolts on display. And they come in different widths from like 36 to 54 inches generally. The width doesn't matter so much. If you're a larger size dancer, try to get something super wide, but lots of times these fancy fabrics only come in one width. So this one, and you just need 1 yard, which is like a meter. I like this one because it's really nifty. It's kind of silvery on one side and kind of pink on the other. For this first style of hip scarf, it's going to be with a mermaid style skirt. Now this is my mermaid style skirt, which is really pretty. In fact, you can check out my belly dance costume haul video and you'll see where I got it at a costume swap meet. So generally when we wear skirts, they're up around our waist like this. In belly dance, you want things down around your hip. And actually, here's your first tip. So many dancers I see wear stuff too high because, you know, we're not used to like exposing so much. So the lower you wear it, the more abdomen you get. So first, with your skirt, take it down to your hips, below your hip bones. Now, I'm pretty short, so I have to roll it. I'm just going to roll it under. You don't have to hem it or shorten it because, you know, depending if you're wearing shoes or heels or something. So I rolled it twice so that when I'm dancing, you know, I've got some space here, and I have it nice and low. See, nice and low around here. Now, to the scarf, I can use either the pink side or the more silvery side. I'm going to use the more silvery side, and I'm going to lay it straight out on the bed like this. Then for one of the long edges, not the selvage, not the edge, I'm just going to fold it in a little bit so I see a little bit of pink. And then I'm just going to scrunch it this way like this. I don't even have to iron this. Scrunch it like that, okay? Then 2 hands, lift it up, holding the top, the folded edge where your thumbs are. Keep it kind of with some tension on it. And then I'm going to go over here to the mirror and I'm going to wrap it around. So I'm holding it around. See how I'm holding some tension? And I'm going to hold that with one hand, bring it around. Now I'm going to turn here and I'm going to take it on one hip or the other. When I tie it, I'm not going to have the tails even like this. I'm going to take one a little bit shorter than the other. And I'm keeping tension on it and tying this knot. And I'm going to make it nice and snug. I'm going to make the one hand a little flouncy. I'm going to adjust. I'm going to pull this down over the tush. Got sort of the red band or the pinkish band there. And then it's a really neat little boom, boom. And look at that. You can bounce that. Maybe take that a little bit more to the side like that. And do. Cool. right? The one drawback with this is that because it's firm, tight around your tush, as you move, it can tend to ride up and shift, so you have to adjust it a little bit, which is kind of a pain, but to get away from that, you have to do a lot more sewing. Also, the cool thing is you can sit down on it and not pull off any coins or decoration. And by the way, leave a comment right now and let me know, have you just started performing? Or are you about to? You should check out our Hafla skills playlist, which tells you what a Hafla is, basically a belly dance party. And it has all kinds of stuff like what to wear to your first Hafla. Let's move on to our second style. Hip scarf style number 2 is with a straight skirt with a side slit, which is kind of sexy. Now, to make this look like a belly dance skirt instead of just a regular skirt is, first thing you know it, you've got to hike it down around the hips. Now, that made it too long for me because I'm a shorty, so you know what to do. We roll it, but we don't roll it outwards, roll it inwards, and I'm probably gonna have to do this a couple times because I'm really short. And the other thing is, in a skirt that you're gonna wear to a party or something, you know, the side slit works, but for dancing, you need to bring that slit really over one of the front of the thighs, because otherwise it shows too much, and it looks a lot better dancing. You don't want to show, you don't want to show the inside, the inner thighs so much, and that's what the view would be if the slit were back there. So there's your pro tip right there. Okay, let's get our piece of fabric. This one, I call it the double triangle. So again, same piece of fabric as before, and we're gonna let's open it up and put the pink side up just because it's fun, like this on the bed. And then, and you can see it's not a square, so we're not gonna get a perfect triangle, but I'm gonna take one corner and I'm gonna flip it over like this. So I kind of have two triangles. I'm not trying to get them even, but a little bit uneven, and I'm sort of playing. See how I have that? So I've got a corner triangle. That one's a little bit bigger. So this is what I'm gonna use for tying around. So at this point, then you can give that just a little fold, hold it in place. Ready? And then we're going to lift this up. We're gonna walk ourselves over to the mirror like this. And the shorter little triangle, I'm gonna kind of put over the leg without the slit in it and bring this one around, holding here. And then I'm gonna lower it, kind of look as I go. And then the front one, I'm gonna grab the whole thing in my hand like this. But the other one, I'm gonna make this little thing, couple of my first belly dance teachers used to call this a rabbit ear. So rather than grabbing the whole fabric, I'm gonna take that sort of hem or waistband area, hip band area, and I'm gonna fold it back like this so I have something to tie, okay? Then, same thing as before, a square knot, which means, and you know, it doesn't actually matter. You can do any kind of knot like this, like you'd tie for your shoes. So they're nice and tight, and then around, I'll take it this way, like this. And then I've got this nice little flouncy. Ooh, look at that. Totally different look. Completely different look. Same piece of fabric, and this one styled actually doesn't ride up as much as the other one. Again, great for a hafla or a first recital, or if you're just going to a party and you want to look really fun but not too belly dancey, you can wear this, you can sit down in it. So if you want to see another version of this hip scarf, check out our how-to tutorial on how to do the belly dance, the small hip circle, because there I'm wearing a similar type of design but with a different fabric. It's a Halloween-y fabric with spider webs on it. It's really fun. So check it out. We'll put a link in the info card and in the video description. Let's move on to style number 3. Style number 3 is with a very full and tiered, these are called tiers, skirt. And again, we don't want it up around our waist. We want it, you know it, by now you definitely know it, around the hip bones. And this one, because I actually cut off one of the tiers at the top and put a new hip band, waistband on it. So super fun. Now let's go over and do this. And we're gonna do kind of a fusion-y because this fabric is really different with this traditional fabric here, Indian fabric. And I think what would be fun is let's do this one with the pink side up. So this one, we're going to fold it in half first so that those selvages match like this. This is going to be a little bit heavier look. So we're going to have it in half, and I want the pink side again like this. And I mean, with this fabric, you can pick a lot of really cool different fabrics for this. Okay, so I kind of have a square here, not quite, but then I'm going to actually turn it into one big triangle. And what I want to do is I kind of want a cleanish edge, and then I'm going to pick it up again from the top edge. So I actually have 4 layers of fabric now. So let's go over to the mirror, and I want to keep that inner triangle close to my body, so outside I just see the outside like this. So I'm going to put it here. Now I could do it a couple of different ways. I could tie it right in the middle, just like this. I mean, what you can do. I personally am not a fan of them usually being in the middle unless there is some other kind of decoration right there, which I've done on some of my hip scarves. So let's do this one again. Let's take it to one of the hips because, you know, we do a lot of action with one hip. So again, here's the back. I'm going to take it nice and tight, snug, and tie again another one of those knots, which can be a square knot, which just means that my next loop follows that line, or a regular knot, whatever, doesn't really matter. This is a little bit smaller, little flouncy vehicle like that. And there we go with a little, and you can do your little skirt dance, and very different. Inexpensive, lots of versatility. 1 yard of fabric and 3 awesome looks for your hip scarf. Give us a thumbs up because you know you had a good time. I had a great time with you. Watch next our DIY fringe t-shirt hip scarf where I show you how to make one out of an old t-shirt or a new one. You do have to do some cutting, but super fun. And then watch all of the videos on the costuming playlist because you'll learn so much and have so much fun. Ma salama, we'll see you on the next video.